Hello, welcome to one more video of our podcast. Today, we're diving deep into the latest updates surrounding the investigation into the killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University.
Yeah, absolutely. Our mission here is really to quickly pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge from the recent reports. We want to help you understand, the current status of the inquiry, the evidence they've uncovered so far, and also the broader reactions this whole thing has triggered.
Okay, let's unpack this then. We've got some fresh details coming from investigators. There's new video, which is significant, and a pretty substantial reward offer. And this is where it gets really interesting, I think, when we look at what the police actually found at the scene and the wider impacts.
Definitely. So the FBI, they've put out new video, right, showing the suspect running away. And there are additional pictures, too. They're really urging the public for help identifying this person.
And they've put serious money behind that appeal. Up to $100,000 for information leading to an arrest. That's a major incentive.
It really is.
Yeah.
And, we're now, 3 days into the manhunt. Officials are stressing the inquiry is still in its early stages. So while they initially thought the suspect might be around college age, that could definitely change as more information comes in. That reward signals they need to break through.
Right. And thinking about the scene itself, what did the police find? Well, a key piece of evidence was a high-powered rifle. They recovered it in a wooded area, apparently where the suspect fled towards. But investigators, they don't yet know how far the suspect might have traveled after leaving that spot.
And finding that specific type of rifle, a high-powered one, well, it does suggest something, doesn't it? Maybe a certain level of premeditation. It raises immediate questions about motive, planning. It definitely shifts the focus a bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this urgency, you can see it reflected in appeals from the highest levels. Utah Governor Spencer Cox has personally asked people to help.
Yeah.
He's pointing specifically to that new video and the photos as being, crucial tools right now.
And beyond just the mechanics of the investigation, the ripple effects have been huge. Tributes, reactions, pouring in from all over. We saw Vice President J.D. Vance actually meet with Kirk's family and close friends there in Salt Lake City. And then he traveled with Kirk's casket back to Phoenix on Air Force Two. That's quite a statement.
It is. And Kirk, he was only 31, but widely seen as, a really influential figure on the political right.
Yeah.
Especially with outreach to younger voters, particularly in this 2024 election cycle.
Right.
And it's fascinating to look at their relationship, too. Kirk had actually said before that Vance could make an amazing president. They were apparently close friends, supported each other's careers. Kirk seemed to believe he played a role in Vance getting to the vice presidency, so that connection is deep.
Yeah, that context explains a lot about the high-level response. But the impact wasn't just political, was it? It hit campuses, too. We heard about some colleges, especially historically Black colleges and universities, receiving what seemed like threats after the attack. Some campuses went into lockdown temporarily, canceled classes, though it seems like many of those restrictions were later lifted.
And that adds another layer, doesn't it? Because the FBI has actually stated it's aware of hoax threat calls being made to universities following the attack. It just highlights the complex mess that surrounds an event like this. It's quite sobering, really.
It really is. That element of misinformation or people exploiting the situation.
Exactly. So if we sort of step back and look at the bigger picture here, it's pretty clear how fast a single event like this can, first launch this huge multi-agency investigation, but also how it resonates politically, socially, and how it can even, spawn misinformation almost immediately.
Yeah.
It's fascinating how you have all these agencies involved, high-profile figures getting drawn in, but ultimately that fundamental call for help, for that key piece of information, it still comes back to the public.
So what does this all mean for you watching? I think this deep dive really shows how quickly one event can just explode, right? Igniting not just a massive investigation, but also a political firestorm and this whole battle against misinformation that crops up alongside it. It's a powerful reminder of how these things unfold in real time, how public engagement really influences things and how society reacts more broadly. And it kind of leaves us thinking about how the search for truth in these situations often happens on so many different complex fronts all at once. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy, please subscribe and like this video. It can be super helpful for us. See you in the next video.